I am Debra Ann Matthews, and as you know, on Thursdays we bring our special guest. Not only is she a TED Talk speaker, she is an author of a book called Leaving Large. She claims that she has lost and gained 700 pounds. She has just recently finished her third series in Mind Over Meals, teaching us to understand how our mind works and how, if we get our mind right, we can overcome the struggles that we have with our meals. And when I tell you, it definitely works. And she has written, if you get her Mind Over Meals booklet, it's like $75 for the series. You will get a poem for every food category, and you will get inspiration for your journey. And you will be like me. You will be saying, I think I can, I think I can, I can, I did.
I did.
That's it. I'm doing it. I did it. And today, a family member said, "Oh, I think you should be further along than that." But what did I do? I used my mind, and I just kept on selling on down the line.
That's right.
Funny how time and did my Cocoa Puffs. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so
Uh-huh.
you can't bother about that, honey.
Mhm.
So thank you, Michelle, for being with us today. Take it away, honey. Take it away.
Oh, wow, Deborah, and thank you for that wonderful introduction. I'm so glad that you talked about the poetry, that you talked about mind over meals. And you know, I just want to explain what mind over meals is. I want to explain the whole retreat. I want to explain the whole concept.
Hmm.
And what mind over meals does is that it really just encapsulates everything that I teach about how to get your life back and gain mastery over your emotions so that you can gain mastery over food.
Mm.
Gain mastery over your emotions so you can gain mastery over food. And I break it down step by step. Like when we first, the Mind Over Meals is based on the eight core principles of my transformation program. Because in order for you to gain mastery over your emotions and over food, you have to be transformed. You can't
All
do
right now.
because whatever you're doing right now, whatever you have done doesn't work,
Say it
right?
again.
Yeah, whatever you have done, whatever you're doing right now, it's not working, and it's not you. That's the point that I want to make. That it's not working because of something that you're doing wrong. It's not working because it's not designed to work. It's not that the the weight loss industry is built on the fact that they expect you not to figure it out. And here's what they expect you not to figure out. And this is research. 75% of people will say that they're emotional eaters. So if you are among that 75% and you say that you're an emotional eater, shouldn't 75% of the solutions be around dealing with emotional eating? But all of
Hmm.
the solutions are around the food and not the emotion.
Hmm.
Understand? They All the solutions are like a misdirect. They keep telling you to do the wrong thing. The food is not the answer to the problem. It is how you manage your thoughts and your emotions that is the answer to the problem.
And Michelle, that's why when people say diet this, like a diet food item or a fake sugar, I'm saying that don't make sense to me because what does sugar do to me?
Right.
If I don't what did a diet and I remember when I was a kid, I drank a tab. Remember tab drink, TAB?
Mhm.
That stuff nasty.
Mhm.
But on the commercials, they're drinking it. So
Mhm.
and when they say suppress your appetite, that don't make sense to me because I don't eat because I feel hunger. I
Mhm.
eat because y'all eating and you better fix me some.
Right. Right. Right.
So, but
Right.
if you listen to the noise, you believe the hype.
Yes.
You
Yes.
believe the hype. You
Yes.
believe the hype.
And so that's another T-shirt, Debra Ann. Don't believe the hype.
What you say?
Don't
Wait a
believe.
minute now.
That's what
Wait a
that's what
minute
that
now.
means. That's what that means.
That's
So
right.
so at Mind Over Meals, we lean into the core principles that help us get control of our mind. And the first thing you have to do, is believe.
Believe.
Is believe. Begin and believe. And as a matter of fact, somebody won, right? Somebody won a tote bag that we gave away by participating.
Hmm.
I mean, so what program do you go to that that you get a gift? You get a big old tote
Okay.
bag that you can put
Okay.
books in, that you can put food in when you go to the grocery store. That you can put all your stuff in. It's
Okay.
big enough to be an overnight bag. So you carry your principle with you. Believe, right?
Hmm.
So begin and believe. So before you can ever start. Before you can ever start and have a reason to push through the program, you got to begin and believe. So we do a deep dive into that. Then
That's
it
all
is
right.
rise up. It's a rise up and reinvent because we all have stories, limiting beliefs that keep us stuck in a place that we can't move past. It and it is it and all it is a belief. It's something we've been told. It's something that we've been told is true that is likely not true, probably isn't true. 'Cause- And we can change it. We can change everything that we believe because we come into this world believing nothing.
That's it.
We come into this world believing nothing. So that
Michelle,
means
let's
that, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Let's stop and let's take a shout out to Letitia Simpson. She's in Chicago. I want y'all to meet. This young lady had all the stuff, lost the weight naturally on her own. Her heart doctor, her regular doctor, they don't even know why she's not a national spokesperson for natural weight loss. We've got to connect with Letitia Simpson. She was caring for her parent at the same time.
Wow. Hi,
She's a
Letitia.
superstar. Yes,
Hi,
ma'am. We're
Letitia.
gonna connect y'all too. You gotta know her. You gotta meet her. She believes in our philosophy.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful. There's a Black Women's Expo that's going on in Chicago. I think it's coming up in May. It's May or June. I am trying to get there. I am trying to
Yes.
figure out how to get there so I can speak there. Uh,
Yes.
so yes, yes, yes. Good to meet you. And we've got somebody else. We have some other people on that are in the chat too.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, Mont Louise 333 and Sunshine Love. Hey girl.
there
Hey
you
Mont. Thank
go.
y'all.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
for that, Michelle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for joining us here on a Thursday night because you could have been doing anything. You could have been doing any number of things tonight, but you decided to come in here and pour into yourself. And that's
Yes.
important. Making that
Mm-hmm.
decision to pour into yourself is one of the things that allows you to do that second principle, which is to rise up above limiting beliefs
Reinvent.
and reinvent yourself. And then alignment and accountability. And you know what alignment and accountability is? Alignment and accountability is when your thoughts and your actions, right? When your thoughts and the actions mirror one another, right? When
Yes.
when what you do is the same as what you say. When what you say is the same as what you do.
What you said. Wait a minute now.
Right. That's alignment. That's and there and it happens sometimes. Doesn't it? You'll keep your word to somebody else before you'll keep it to yourself.
Come on now.
That's why we have accountability partners so that we can show up for one another. And when you start seeing somebody show up for you, it helps you show up for yourself, right? So
Yes.
and it's so you don't feel alone on this journey. We need each other, right? I
Yes.
mean, we can be independent, but interdependent is when we lock arms
Yes.
and move forward and we move forward together. That's alignment. Nutrition and nourishment. We spent 8 days. We spent 8 days on all these groups of substances that they call food that's not really food. And here's the thing, I don't tell anybody not to eat anything.
Mm-hmm.
What I do is I give you the information and you decide if you want to poison yourself. So that
Yes.
you can make the decision, so you can understand what you're putting in your bodies, right? The real truth, not what they want you to believe, because the
Yeah.
people that manufacture it, the fast food companies, the snack food companies, the junk food companies, they only tell you that it tastes good, that it looks good, that it smells good, that it's crunchy, right?
Yes.
That, that it, right. That's all they tell you, is that it's crunchy and delicious.
You can't
They don't
eat
tell
just
you
one.
can't eat just one. They don't tell you what's in it, right, that will give you gut problems. They don't tell
Yes.
you what's in it that will cause inflammation. They won't tell you what's in it that will cause indigestion. They won't tell you what's in it that makes it addictive. They won't tell you what's in it that will age you more quickly than you need to be aged. They won't tell you what's in
Yes.
it that breaks down your body system. They don't tell you all that stuff. They just tell you that it looks good, it tastes good, and it's delicious and crunchy. That's what they tell you. But you need to know.
Yes.
And you can look at it and make the decision, you know what? I'm just going to choose to poison myself today. And
Yep.
then we can talk about why you don't feel like you deserve to eat that which supports your health, that
Mm-hmm.
which supports your life. Why you feel like you don't deserve a higher life. Because I will tell you, you deserve a higher life.
Yes.
You deserve everything that's good and wonderful and joyful in this life. And when you start to understand that and believe that, you will make food choices that support that, that will
Yes.
support that. That's going back to alignment. But then we talk about, these are the principles: drink, sleep, and right. DSW. That's what that D stands for. And I'm not talking about shoes, but we have to be hydrated. We have to get to sleep, and we have to do the writing. And those are things I tell you, for 40 years I never did. And that's why I would lose weight and gain it back, because I never did the most important things. The hydration, the sleep, and the writing is what allows your body to process the physical toxins and the emotional and mental toxins out of your system. And when
Yes.
you move those toxins out of your system, it opens up the gateway for you to accept that which is going to create health for you. They
Yes.
don't tell you that. They don't tell you
They
that.
don't. They don't.
So that DSW, in my 52-week program, we spend
Mm-hmm.
weeks we spend weeks on each one of these principles.
Yes.
That's how important they are, right? We hit them, and then we come back and hit them again, then we hit them again, and then we keep coming back to them. Because every time you cycle through them, you grow and you learn something and you
Yes.
change, and when you come back and get them, you're able to come back and address them at a higher level. So then we go to no is the new yes. That's another principle. You have to start deciding what you want in your life, right? What you're going to say yes to. Because when you are solid and strong in what you want to say yes to, then you can say no to those things that do not serve you.
What you
You can
said.
you
All
can
right
say
now.
you can say no to the things that do not serve you. And so it's like this. When you are just struggling, right, trying to get a handle trying to get a handle on your eating habits, trying to change it. It takes some work, because here's
Yes.
what happens: when something comes by that you have historically eaten, right, that tastes good to you, that brings up some old memories, that you're trying to resist, that you're trying to release, and you're trying to talk yourself out of it because you know it's not good for you, and you say, "Oh, I can't. No, that's okay. I don't, I can't have that. Right? That's not on my plan. You,
Cornbread,
you, you,
biscuits,
right? You don't, you
pancakes.
don't, you don't even sound convicted yourself, right? No, no, I don't think I want any of that. That's all right. And so that gives somebody else license to say, "Girl, go and have a little piece."
It ain't
Because
gonna hurt you. Just a little piece.
it's just a little piece, because you have said, "Oh no, that's
Mm-hmm.
okay." But if you say no, here,
Exactly.
if you say no, thank you, and look away, pass it to the next person.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to challenge that. Then they're not gonna step up with, "Oh, a little piece won't help you." Not after you said no. That's okay. Here, I
or
pass.
feel that they need to give you advice about your healthy journey and they not even doing it.
Right.
This is what Jason said. He said nobody ever comes up to him when he's at a party and questions why he's not eating.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I can tell you people, I remember at Thanksgiving one year I got a little bit of everything. My brother's Mama Debra ain't got her plate full.
Mhm.
It's just the
Mhm.
permission.
Right.
And I
Right.
can tell you this week alone, I've taken back my time. Can you come to the center? I can't come tomorrow. I got to
Mhm.
come home, exercise, rest, and cook. I can't come
Mhm.
tomorrow.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
come Monday.
Mhm.
I already put in my mind what I'm going to do. I really wanted to help somebody sell something. I'm like, you know what? That's really not in my best interest.
Mhm.
I want to help her, but what about me? I'm not going to be able to. No, I really, I can't do that right now. Maybe this summer. And because what I'm learning is when you get control of your mind and your eating, then you get control of your life.
Yes.
And it
Yes.
happens little by putting one foot in front of the other. And
Mhm.
I feel like listening to you today, Michelle, that this is the first time I've heard these principles. It's hitting me brand new.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep. Every time you hear them, you hear something different,
Hmm.
right? They land differently because you change and grow. And when you hear them again a month from now, when you hear them again a week from now, when you hear them again 2 months from now, you're gonna hear something different. They're
Hmm.
going to land differently. So yes, absolutely, absolutely. So no is the new yes, right? Because
Yes,
when you believe your no, everybody else will too.
that's it.
When you believe it, it won't be questioned, right? It will not be questioned. And then the next principle, and this is a principle we spend a lot of time on, and oftentimes it's the first one I go to, and that's E. That's evaluate, ask, and think, because it is so intricately tied to the food, and
Yes,
it is something that anybody can do right now. It is something anybody can do right now in this moment. Not
yes.
when this call is over, right? Not tomorrow,
Hmm.
not late, right now. And that is start evaluating what everything you put in your mouth. Is it really food?
Yes,
Is it really food? Is it safe? Why am I eating it? Why this food now? Am I really hungry? Am I hungry? Am I lonely? Am I tired? Am I something else? And if this food does not serve my health, my life, my strength, my body, my brain, if it's not going to give me what I say I want, why am I eating it? Those questions, those questions are key to transformation. I have been in this awareness, in this consciousness space since 2019, and I still ask those questions. I still
oh
ask
yeah,
those questions. And the reason I ask those questions is because we are in a toxic food environment that will always be toxic. Those
yes,
questions are protection. We're always going to have to be protected. Those questions are our armor.
yes.
We need those questions.
What I said yesterday is that even though, first of all, I'm amazed, I'm still really, really big, but I feel really, really good. And even though I'm on a roll, I have to take a breather. I have to say,
Mhm,
they gave a chocolate chip cookie um in the luncheon yesterday. I took it to the gym. I said, I hate to put this off on somebody, but I can't eat this. I left it on the table. You know,
mhm,
I have to be mindful, and then I
mhm,
have to make a decision. I was
mhm,
prepared with my yogurt and my berries for breakfast, and I had half a cup of coffee. I was prepared, but then because lately I'm like, oh, even though I know I don't eat that anymore. But I was like, I got all my groceries in the refrigerator. I'm going to cook.
mhm,
When we get off the phone, I'm getting up and going in there and cook dinner. I'm excited about it.
mhm.
I couldn't do that a month ago.
Yes,
Mentally, I couldn't
yes,
do that. Couldn't
yes,
get up a
yes,
month ago and cook dinner.
Yes, yeah,
So
and
I'm
it's all,
excited about it.
Deborah Ann, that's it, because it is all mental work. It
Yes,
is, because before we ever gain a single pound on our body, a single ounce, a single extra anything, we gain it in our heads first. And we
yes.
have to lose it in our heads first. We have to lose it
And
the same way we gain it.
the fact that you said, now I'm a writer, but I know you said this. You said that writing is transformative. And I'm like, okay, okay, okay. But when it makes sense, when I can listen to it enough to understand it, then I can implement it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And that is, that happens over time.
Yes.
That you just keep doing it. You just
Hmm.
you just keep leaning into the process. You just keep believing in the process. And that's where the transformation that's where the transformation happens. The transformation doesn't happen in the first word. It doesn't happen in the
Hmm.
first sentence. It doesn't. But it
Yes.
happens as you continue to write, as one word leads to another word, leads to another word, leads to another thought, leads to another idea, then it leads to a breakthrough,
Yes.
right? When you listen to their words, you listen to their thoughts, you listen to their journey, you listen to their challenges, you listen to their wins. You that is transformative. That helps you with yours. That helps you see that if it's for them, it's for me too.
That's
If
right.
it's for
Okay.
them, it can be for me too. It's possible. It's possible. So that piece right there, that evaluate, ask, and think, that's EAT. It's an
Yeah.
acronym for EAT. It's also an acronym for energy, attention, and time. And what that fundamentally means is that if you are to transform, if you are to become brand new, if you are to lean into this new way of thinking and this new way of believing and this new way of eating and this new way of feeling, this new way of being, it is going to take some energy, attention, and time.
Hmm.
It is that is the reality of it. It is going to take it. But here's the other reality. It is worth every moment and more.
It is.
It's worth every moment and more. And
Yes,
so
it is.
we have to really figure out, okay, what is my time for? We have to
That's
figure
it.
out, what is my money for? What are you saving it for?
That's it.
Right? It's more I don't have time to cook, I don't have time to eat. Something that is fundamental to your living. You don't have time to eat or cook because you are doing what?
Exactly.
Those things, right? That's like saying I don't have time to breathe.
But
And we,
but they haven't. You have to. I didn't understand. My favorite two words to say to you is "I'm mad at you." But the first set of words I said to you is, "What you talking about, Michelle? What you talking about? Talking about some meditate? What? I'm sleeping. I'm gonna fall right to sleep." And one time I tried to fell asleep for 2 hours. But guess what I do now? I actually wake up like 5 or 5:30. I go, let me breathe right quick, and I go and I calm down. I just do what y'all talking about. Set the timer for 10 minutes.
right.
Now I done done it. It's over. I'm taking a nap till 6:30. I'm gonna get back up and get ready to go work out. But you just you know how in school, let me just do the homework. So the teacher give me my extra credit, and I'm
Right,
in
right,
here.
right,
I'm just gonna breathe. But
right.
I'm gonna tell you something. One day I got upset, and somebody was coming to get me or something, and I just said breathe. They said keep breathing, because they knew the power of controlling your thoughts.
Mhm,
See,
mhm,
and Weight Watchers to never tell me that. Way down to never tell me that. Zoom, Loom, all the stuff never told me that. I
mhm.
never in my life thought I could not be overly emotional, because I got that over emotional for you. Okay, I'm a middle girl. I can cry on cue. I can scream real loud, scare everybody in the building. Think something going on. I got that. But to be able to say, even when I exercise now, and the coach will say, deep breathe, because you're breathing short. Deep breathe.
Right.
It's all in your breath.
Yes,
It
yes,
changed my life.
yes,
It
Yeah.
changed my life.
Yeah.
Just breathe.
Just breathe. Yeah. Something so simple. Something so simple. But it is so powerful. It's so powerful and so important. Just breathing. Breathing. Yeah. It is like
Yeah.
it is just like sleeping. It's so powerful
Just
and
for
it's
me
so important.
now, 20 minutes before I get ready to leave the house. It takes 5 minutes to prepare breakfast. It takes 3 minutes to boil some oatmeal. It takes 30 seconds to grab the berries out the freezer and the yogurt and grab fruit and walk out the house.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally. Do you know how hard
Mm-hmm.
it used to be for me to wake up in the morning?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah.
amazing. It is amazing.
Yeah.
And I want to say for black women, listening to what you're saying, and white women too, and yellow women too, because women, we beat ourselves. I'm gonna tell you, my friends in Brazil and down in South America, we beat. They work. They do. They hustle like we do too. We, if it wasn't for the shade of our skin, we're the same people. Listen to what you're saying. It really means taking a step back,
Mm-hmm.
playing differently, prioritize, not just for everybody else, for us. It's cool to work and go get the bag, but that don't need to be the primary. That's stress.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't need to be your primary conversation, because you're not how much money you make. You're not what you do for a living. You are a human being worthy,
Yes.
worthy,
Yes.
worthy just because you exist. And if we can let these teachings you're showing us permeate our mind,
Mm-hmm.
then we will be better able to go to work, put things in their perspective, and not eat over it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not eat over it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
when we eat good whole food, we it helps our brain to help us make a better decision.
Yes.
Guess what I did today? That correlates with that.
Oh.
I had some just in case food in my room, just in case I don't feel like getting up, going to the kitchen and cook. I took it out of my room. As I got up this morning, I said, I'm taking out the just in case food. I'm never going to have a just in case stash. I have a refrigerator in my room. It'll just keep my cherries, maybe some water. It's not the meal. I have a big refrigerator, and I had to get there.
Mm.
I had to
Mm.
get there.
Yeah.
No more
Yeah.
just in case.
Yeah.
I can get
Yeah.
up.
It's journey, right? It's
Yes.
journey, and you just take a step every day, and every step you take makes you stronger. That's the
Yes.
thing. Every step, every little movement adds up to something big. But so
Yes.
that all the little movements count. I mean, it's just like our hand is all five of our fingers. I mean, all four of our fingers in our thumb, right? Right. So you can do whatever you can do with your thumb or with any of your fingers. But when you put
Hmm.
all of the fingers together on your hand, I mean, now you're powerlifting.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. That is it. Okay. It is worth every moment and more. What about the people who really deep in their heart don't think they're worth it?
Yeah. 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 That is why um that's why the affirmations are important. You know, the
Yes.
the principle the principles that we cover. I mean, so I just gave you the 8 principles that we cover, but then there are some sub principles, for lack of a better word, that are involved. And the way that you change your brain back, right? The way that you understand that you are worth it, right? The
Hmm.
the thing that does work, the thing that does work for getting control of your thoughts is a principle that I call VAMP. It's visualization, it's affirmation, it's meditation, and it's prescriptive writing. And I want to go back to you. go back to what you said, for those who don't believe that they deserve it. That's just something that they have made up in their head. And just because you believe, just first of all, just because you believe something doesn't believe it's true. Doesn't doesn't
Yes.
mean it's true. And second of all, you can change that belief. And when you start changing, you just start changing that belief by saying the new thing that you want to believe. And then your brain will start to make it come true. But you just have to keep saying, you can't just say it one time. You got to say it over and over and over again. You have to feel it. You have to see it being true. You have to practice it being true, right? Because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between the truth and a lie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can make it up. You can
That's
make it
right.
up, and your subconscious mind will start to bring other thoughts to help fortify it. It will start to bring other people into your life that will help you believe it. It will start to make connections for you that you weren't able to make before. But you have to do your part. You have to be willing to release these old disempowering thoughts. You have to be willing to just consider just consider what you think is not the truth. Just
Exactly.
just just consider that what you think is not the truth. Look. I mean, look at my wrist, right? Y'all look at my wrist. You see?
Mm-hmm.
You see my wrist, man?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or you see that my hand is all the way around my wrist.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see I have a small wrist.
Mm-hmm.
I have a small wrist. But when I was in the 6th grade, my grandmother told me I had big bones.
Mm-hmm.
I was 30 years old. I was 30 years old before I realized I didn't have big bones.
Oh
But
wow.
but here's the thing. My wrist now is probably the same size it was when I was in the 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So for a 6th grader, I probably did have big bones, right? I just that's just how I developed. But for a grown person, these are not big bones. But I
Exactly.
but I was 30 years old with a 12-year-old mind about my wrist.
Yes. Yes.
I was
My
30 years
sister
old.
said the same thing to me. She said, Deborah, you weren't big when you were at home. I'm like, I
Mhm.
wasn't. So yes.
So just because I believed I had big bones did not make it the truth.
Exactly.
So that I mean,
Yes.
and that's just one example. That is just one
Yes.
example that we have to start taking inventory and examining what it is we believe and why we believe it and if it is actually true.
Yeah.
Why
And
we
what
think it
is
why we think it's true.
it, you know, I was told that I can rewrite my story.
Hmm.
I can read, and that is just so empowering. You mean to tell me, being the middle girl, I can rewrite how I felt about being the middle girl and change my whole story?
Change your whole story. You change
That's amazing.
because here's the thing, Deborah Ann, for our story. Yeah, I'll say this and I'll say it over and over again. It is never the thing. It's what we believe about the thing.
Yes.
It is never the thing. It's what we believe about the thing. I remember in night I was living in Atlanta, Georgia. I was about to move to DC. I had packed up my house. It was December 1999. I had
Mm-hmm.
packed up my house and I was moving to DC. I left. I came back. Something happened. Next thing I knew, my house was on fire. My house was on fire, and it disrupted everything. And so I called. After it happened, I called the people I was coming to work for, right? And so I told my old boss, um, you know, I'm going to be delayed because I got this fire thing to deal with. And you know what he said to me? Well, I guess and now it's time for you to redecorate. You get to redecorate.
Mm-hmm.
You get to redecorate.
Mhm.
It's not the thing, it's what you think about the thing. And fast forward like 20 years later, I had some pipes burst in my house. I had some pipes burst in my house when it was cold while I wasn't home. So I came home to water everywhere. It was just a mess. I mean, I was displaced. I had to live in a hotel while they had to dry out the house because of the mold and all that. And the insurance people came in there, and I mean, I had some stuff in my house that wasn't up to code. It was all, I mean, it was a bunch of stuff going on. When the insurance people came in as a result of that flooding, they fixed all the stuff that wasn't up to code. By the time they finished, my house looked better after the flood than it did before the flood. Now,
I know.
I could have, I could have been in that hotel the whole time. They were making my house look better, being mad, right? Being mad and distraught and all that kind of stuff. That could have been my attitude. But fortunately, I had insurance. Thank you, Jesus. I had good
Amen.
insurance. I had good insurance. Thank you, Jesus. And now I'm staying in this hotel. And guess what? In that hotel, they make breakfast for you every morning. They have a little
Amen.
they have the breakfast buffet sitting out for you. You have a cleaning lady that comes in and cleans up your room for you. When you come home from work, they had the little happy hour food stuff
Amen.
for you. All of that. I was in a different food place back then, so all y'all that meant something.
I know it. I know it.
They had the little drink, all that stuff. So for 6 months, I'm living in a hotel, and I got maid service. Got maid
Amen.
somebody
I
coming there.
know it.
Now I could have been mad that my house was flooded and all that kind of stuff. But why? Why? So it is like that with everything. It is not the thing. It's what we believe about the thing. And sometimes it takes us a little while to figure out the rewriting. Sometimes we can't
Yes.
see it when we're in it. Sometimes we can't see it. It takes some time. It takes some years. It may take years to get some perspective to understand why something really happened and how it actually benefited you. But
Yes.
we have to rest assured and know that
Hmm.
it is it is the way we think about it. And
Well,
that's what Mind Over Meals is all about. That's what being brand new is about. That's what coming to that 5 o'clock free workshop, free support group that we do on Mondays. Somebody asked, "What's the name of it?" The name of the Facebook group is Women Losing Weight Together. We meet every Monday at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we support each other on our emotional overeating journey. If you're trying to connect
yes.
with me, you can find me on social media at I am brand new now. You can just Google my name, Michelle Pettis. It'll come up. My name will come up. You can pull up Mind Over Meals. We have another retreat coming up in May. uh, we're gonna be doing something a little different. We'll have a different little twist on it. But if you want to work with me, if you're interested in that 52-week program, you just email me, reach out to me on social media. We can get on a quick call. You can find out the details, and you can make the decision whether or not you're worth it. Well,
Okay.
you can make the decision yourself, and and decide, because the program will change. It'll change your life. It'll change your life.
And Michelle, but before that, on May the 22nd, you're doing something very unique and special. Haven't done it since February to help
Oh,
us,
oh,
those
oh,
of
oh,
us
yeah, oh,
who
yeah, oh, yes,
really
yes, yes. Oh, coming up next
need
Saturday.
help.
Not
Yes, on
coming
the
up next Saturday.
22nd.
On the 22nd. Yes,
Yes.
our Write Your Way to Your Right Way workshop. So
Yes.
the writing that we do, which I call prescriptive writing, it is writing for
Hmm.
your healing. Different than keeping a food log. You want to do that. You want to see what you do. You want to write that down. Different than journaling, because that's just what happened. But when you write for your healing, when you write to get well, because this food addiction, this obesity we're dealing with, it is disease, and we
Yes.
need to be healed from this. And
Yes.
writing is an art. Writing is the prescriptive writing is the art of healing through words. The art of healing through words, and that's what we do. We do it on Saturdays for an hour and a half. We lean into it. It is a sacred, safe, supported space for anybody who is ready to do the different thing and stop the insanity of continuing to do the things that are not working. This
I want
this
to
works.
encourage these ladies and these men. Men, you're welcome too. When last week when spring happened, something just opened up. I feel good because the weather makes us feel good. I want to encourage you to join this writing group. Even if you don't write well, even if you don't feel like you're worth it, because your natural inclination is go to the grocery store and buy some salad because you're working on your diet. But what you got to do is you got to work on your mind. And if you can give this, you got to pay for it. Y'all got some money. Y'all balling, shot calling. Y'all bad bees up in there. If you can come in here and just do what you're asked to do. You don't have to think. She gonna say, repeat after me. She gonna say, close your eyes. She gonna say, write this down and write about what you think about. Pick one. She gonna give you five. Pick one. And I'm gonna tell you, I can witness it. It made hope happen, and you just felt all right with whatever you were doing. It made hope. I already was losing weight, but by joining I began to practice. I had to practice about 3 times of not eating sugar laden food. Now, I gave myself the week before, so this week I go in, I'm going to eat this candy right now because Monday, I'm not eating no more candy. And I would not eat it for another month. Then after that month, I'm going to eat some more. Oh, I'm so glad I'm out for that. I'm going to eat some candy at the candy dish. And I tell you, they gave me some candy in my goodie bag, peppermint. I put it in the box in the corner over there in the house because you work on it. So I don't want the candy.
Yes, yes. You don't, and when you don't want it, you don't have to use willpower. You don't have
There
to
you
use
go.
self
There
control.
you go.
You don't have to use self discipline.
There you and that's something new. You don't have to say, "Oh, she don't have any willpower." You judging yourself. You judge people are judging you, and they're having a hard time in their heart area. But
Hmm.
when you have your mind changed deep down in there, you can say no, thank you. You can keep a cookie in your purse overnight and not desire it.
Yep, yep, yep. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's
So
it.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna thank you, Michelle. Your link is in the description also for those who want to go to that. I definitely want to introduce you to Letitia Simpson. I'll make those introductions in
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay.
And I just thank you because I found somebody who understands what I've been through and who said it's okay, now do this. And as I do that in my own way, it works.
Yeah. Yes.
It
In
works.
your own
It
way, it works.
works.
It
It works.
works.
You're gonna learn
Yes.
how to do it in your own way. And you don't have to, you can get on the scale to pay attention. I call my scale my weight loss success scale. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel no ways about it. I just keep on up this way,
Yep.
down this way, up this way. But I'm getting there.
You're getting, yes, yes.
And I
Because
keep counting.
the scale
Yes.
is what you think about it, right?
Yes.
You don't, right?
Yes.
That's another example. It's another example. You don't have to be
Mhm.
afraid of it. You don't have to be mad at it. You don't have to put it in a corner, right? When you think differently about it. Just prime example. This has been, as always, this has been so wonderful. I love our Thursday nights that we spend together. I love
Oh,
that.
I do too. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for caring enough about others to give us of your time freely. And we look forward to being with you on the 22nd. We look forward to being with you on Monday.
Yep.
And so Thank you, Beast. We love you right back, honey. We love you right back.
We do.
And
We
so,
do. We do.
yes, ma'am. We
Okay.
have to remember there are 100 million of us in the United States who are obese and overweight. We are not alone. We don't have to feel alone. And we have support to improve. I'm over 400 pounds. So, for those of you who need to lose 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, consider yourself blessed. Don't you go cutting your wrist because you 50 pounds overweight. Because I read a statistic that said in the 1900s, being 10 to 50 pounds overweight was considered normal, healthy, because those people were eating organic foods. I think that's probably
Mhm.
why they were like you're working, you're axed out, you're working in the fields, you're working in the factories, and then they were off on Sundays and Saturdays. They didn't work seven. Well, if you were black, you worked 6 days a week, but if you weren't, you worked 5 days a week.
Mhm.
So we have the support we need right here.
Yep.
So,
Right here.
and we can change what's happening with our bodies as we change what's happening with our mind with what Michelle is teaching us. It transformed me because I exercise. I don't have a problem exercising 7, 8 hours a week. That ain't no problem. I love it. But what I
Mhm.
learned with her, it gave me more bounce. Y'all understand? More bounce to the ounce. It gave me more bounce to the ounce.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right. More bounds to the ounce.
Yeah.
All right, sis. I will see you.
Thank
I'll see you next
you.
Thursday. All
I'll
right.
see you on Thursday and on Monday. Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you for your time.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.